Wall Street bombing of 1920. In the aftermath of the Wall Street bombing of 1920, which sent shockwaves through New York City and the nation at large, investigators faced a daunting challenge in identifying those responsible for the devastating act of terrorism. The scene of the explosion, where a nondescript man had parked a horse-drawn cart laden with explosives, was quickly engulfed in chaos and confusion. While the initial assumption was that the explosion had been a tragic accident, authorities soon began to suspect foul play. Drawing on their knowledge of previous bomb attacks, particularly those attributed to anarchist groups, law enforcement agencies initially focused their attention on followers of the Italian anarchist Luigi Galleani. Galleani, known for his fiery rhetoric and calls for revolutionary violence, had cultivated a following of devoted adherents who shared his radical beliefs. However, despite the circumstantial evidence linking Galleani's associates to the Wall Street bombing, including similarities to previous attacks and the discovery of anarchist propaganda in the vicinity of the blast site, establishing a definitive connection proved elusive. Complicating matters further, Galleani himself had already fled the country by the time investigators began to piece together clues in the aftermath of the bombing. His absence thwarted attempts to directly confront him or gather first-hand testimony from those closest to him. With their primary suspect beyond reach, investigators were forced to cast a wider net in their search for answers. Over the ensuing years, the investigation into the Wall Street bombing consumed countless man-hours and vast resources as law enforcement agencies pursued leads across the country and beyond. Detectives meticulously combed through witness statements, sifted through forensic evidence, and conducted interviews with individuals who may have had knowledge of or connections to anarchist circles. Yet, despite their best efforts, the elusive perpetrators remained one step ahead, leaving little trace of their identities or motives. As time passed, the initial fervor surrounding the investigation began to wane, and what had once been hot leads gradually cooled into dead ends. Promising trails grew increasingly faint, and hopes of achieving a breakthrough dwindled with each passing day. The complexities of the case, compounded by the chaotic aftermath of the bombing and the shadowy world of anarchist extremism, tested the limits of law enforcement's capabilities. Ultimately, despite years of diligent inquiry and the tireless dedication of investigators, the bombers responsible for the Wall Street attack evaded identification. The case, which had captivated the public imagination and raised urgent questions about security and safety in the modern age, remained unsolved, leaving a lingering sense of unease and uncertainty in its wake. Yet, even as the years passed and the memory of the bombing began to fade, the quest for justice endured, a testament to the resilience and determination of those committed to upholding the rule of law in the face of adversity.
Hey there! We hope you're enjoying our content so far. If you do, please consider giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. Thanks for being a part of our community.